got Winston watching, but he doesn't want to sit with me today. Hi there, my name is Alana, and today we are going to be taking a look at Auric Cosmetics. So for those of you guys who don't know, Auric is Samantha Ravindell's new brand. It launched last month. Cream products, lots of love and care put into it. But this review is going to be 100% honest, and I wanted to share with you a little bit of the mindset that I'm going into this review with, a little bit of the process, and we're going to put the products on my face and then we're going to talk about it. So in terms of the mindset, for this review, there's a lot of things I love about her products. I can't entirely separate it from the shopping experience as a Canadian. Now, I've seen a lot of influencers who already have their videos up and they didn't have to pay for the products. These products are pricey, and we can't separate the price and the experience of the products entirely from the quality of the products. After we put this makeup on, we're going to talk about the quality of the products first, and then we're going to talk about my personal shopping experience and unfortunately the experience of some of my friends. These products are gorgeous. Like, you don't need me to tell you that, but I do think you need me to tell you about the shopping experience. And as a beauty reviewer, as a influencer of modest influence, I guess, it's my job to tell you guys the truth. It's my job to share these experiences with you guys. And often, like, you know, when I do my Kate Spade surprise sale videos, you guys want to know, are there duties? Like, you know, as Canadians, I think we want to know, what is this actually going to cost us? And is it worth our money? Because the Canadian to US dollar, man, I pay for my beauty subscription boxes and that's painful. So I don't want you to think that I'm not excited to talk about these products. I am, but I have some reservations. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna put these products on my face. Just so you know, I purchased GlowLust in the shade Morganite, and then I bought all three of the cream shadow duos. And then, because I knew I was gonna be comparing these to Tom Ford, and in part because these took so long to arrive, effectively for this video, I also bought a Tom Ford one because I didn't have one of those. So this is an expensive video to make for you guys. Yeah. Anyways, so we're gonna put these on my face. Just so you know, I've had these products for about four or five days at this point, I guess. And so what we're gonna do is we're gonna put on each of the eyeshadows on a different day. And on each day, we're also going to use GlowLust in a different way. We're gonna use it as a primer. We're gonna use it as a mix in with my foundation. We're gonna use it as a highlighter. I'm also gonna show you what it looks like just on your face if you wanted to use it as a foundation. That's not to my taste, but I know for some of you guys, and especially for all my dear friends who may in fact be watching this, I know that it is. So let's put these eyeshadows on my face. And the one last thing I'll say is I'm putting them on in the chronological order that I tried them. And so the first time that I tried it, there was a bit of user error on my part that definitely grew and developed as I tried more of them. So at the end of it, we're going to actually go back and put the eyeshadow on again, and that's actually the makeup I'm wearing today. So today I am wearing GlowLust as a primer and a highlighter and Defiance on my eyes. So let's put my makeup on.
One step forward and another back, I would never try to fool ya. I'm one heartbeat away from going mad, girl, when you're looking like that. Closer, closer, I'ma get closer to you. Yeah, got me, baby, got me hooked on you once again. Girl, I need you. How many times do I wanna yell? 'Cause we could be so completed. Baby, I'll let the one anyone.
So this is the completed day one look. Again, I am using GlowLust right here, and I just tapped it into my cheeks. And what I wanted to do today was use it the way I'd use any other highlighter. So I used powder bronzer, powder blush, and I wanted to use that as a highlighter, and I'm pleased to say it did not disrupt the makeup underneath. So very happy about that. In terms of the eyeshadow, today I'm wearing Defiance, which is the gold option. And I must say, I'm surprised at how neutral it is. So this is a very moussey dark brown that dried down pretty quick. So I made the mistake of doing eyeshadow on both eyes and then trying to blend it. So tomorrow what I'll do is one at a time because it really did dry down very quickly. And then the gold reflect is really yellow, so I thought it was going to be more of a gold, but it really is just a very neutral sort of goldy pewter. I'm gonna get in a little closer so you guys can see. As you can see, it's not super gold. So I wanted to give you guys some daylight swatches. So again, this is using GlowLust as a highlighter. I think it's very pretty. And on the eyes, we have what should be the golden shade, but doesn't look very gold. Looks pretty, it just looks a lot more neutral and a lot less gold. So I'm just doing a quick end of day check-in. It's about 9 p.m. and here's what I'll say. Well, my foundation generally obviously has worn just throughout the day. You can still, if you see there, you can still see the highlight from the GlowLust, so that's very nice. In terms of the eyeshadow, I really feel like the base cream shadow really lost its pop. The sparkle is still on there and it hasn't migrated all over my face, which is nice, although my eyeliner has, but whatever. But I'd say overall for this particular eyeshadow, it's just not giving me like the pop and the quality I'd expect. I mean, it looks fine, it looks nice, I do think. Okay, so today we're gonna be using GlowLust like a primer. And that's just what it looks like by itself, but we are going to be putting my Bobbi Brown Skin Wear Weightless Foundation on top. This is a medium coverage foundation, so I'm hoping that we're going to see some of that glow given the chance to peek through. So this is the foundation just with GlowLust underneath, and I think it looks really beautiful. Really beautiful glow to the skin. I'm going to do my brows, add some blush and bronzer, and then we're gonna get to the eyeshadow. So let's use our GlowLust again as our highlighter today, just the tiniest amount on my fingers. It played well the other day on top of powder, and so I'm thinking that this will be fine again. So this is Ego. What I really liked the other day was putting it on with my finger and then blending it out with a brush. So now that I know that it has that thicker moussey texture, we are going to go one eye at a time. So I definitely had a better experience blending that out because I went one at a time as opposed to the other day when we did two at the same time. So now we're gonna take the glitter topper. I didn't really like the effect of using the brush the other day. It looks kind of green in the pan. So we're just gonna tap it on with our fingers. Now her promise with Ego was that it didn't pull like blue silver, and so far that seems to be the case, but we're gonna see how that plays throughout the day. So my quick thoughts on this one are, I am really glad that I got Ego because so far it is not that silvery blue. I will provide more comments at the end of the video as I see how it wears throughout the day. But it's a really pretty sort of greeny gold. It's really unique. So I'm very happy with Ego, and that was the one I was totally on the fence about buying. And using GlowLust as a primer, and again as a highlighter today, but as a primer, just stunning. So we will include some natural light shots as well. So this is Ego on my eyes, and I think it looks really pretty. And yeah, I'm quite liking it. The sparkle is really nice. And then in terms of using GlowLust as a primer, I think my skin looks fantastic today. Really like the subtle glow that's coming through, and again, I am wearing it as a highlighter. So today's look, I would say, is a win. So doing a quick wear test on GlowLust and Ego. So I think Ego looks really good. Let's get a little closer. Really impressed with the color. I like the sort of goldy green shift on it. I'm really glad it didn't pull too blue. And then as for the GlowLust, I think my skin still has a really beautiful glow to it. I mean, it's midnight and I've worked all day, so yeah, makeup doesn't look as good as it did in the morning, but I still think it has a really beautiful still sheen. You can see the glow there and just the general luminosity on the skin. So I'll see you guys tomorrow to play with the rose gold one. So for my foundation today, I'm going to be mixing GlowLust with Charlotte Tilbury's Airbrush Flawless Foundation. I love mixing this foundation with Charlotte Tilbury's Flawless Filter, so I think this will be a good comparison for me. So I've done 2 pumps of foundation and 1 pump of GlowLust. So we have Temper, which is a beautiful rose gold shade, and she said that this one doesn't pull too pink. Oh, this one's definitely a softer texture than the other 2. We're gonna go in with the finger again on the top shade. And oh, that one looks so pretty. I think this is my favorite of the eyeshadow duos yet. I think it's really soft, feminine, the pink is very nice, but like Sam, I do struggle with rose gold being almost too, is it too coppery, too pink? But this is more of a sort of a paler mauvey copper, which I think is super beautiful. And I do really enjoy how it mixed in with my full coverage foundation. So as always, we'll check in at the end of the day, and then I'm looking forward to sharing my full thoughts with you. I'm also thinking I'm going to give the gold shade another chance now that I'm better, I think, at working with it. And I will say that for the cream shadows, the cream shadow base of this shadow was my favorite, easiest to work with, easiest to blend in, not as thick. And the shimmer doesn't really have a color in the base. It's very soft. So very happy with this look today. So just checking in at the end of the day. Today, if you saw on Instagram, it was a day that I was throwing snow up in the air, so that's how we ended up with the bun. I'm about to have a bath. I love doing that on Friday nights. So off the bat, the eyeshadow today, I think is my favorite. Like I said, I'm gonna try the gold one more time, but like pretty sure this rose gold one is my favorite. It wasn't too warm or orange on me. Often I find rose gold, it makes my eyes look puffy, but this just looked very natural, like a very like elevated, natural, sort of dusty rose kind of color. Love it. And as for mixing GlowLust with foundation, I did mix it with a fuller coverage foundation. I thought it looked beautiful. Now I didn't use it as a highlighter today. In the daylight photos that I showed you, I think my skin looked gorgeous today. So I think this might be my favorite combo so far. So for a moment, I just wanted to show you what my skin looks like only wearing GlowLust. Now, I think it does give it a pretty healthy glow, but this just isn't a way that I would typically choose to wear a product like this. That being said, one of my dearest friends has been taking to wearing it like this, and she loves it. She has sensitive, acne-prone skin, and she is really enjoying it. Looks beautiful on her, and I don't dislike it. I'm a little more glam, you know? And a really quick natural daylight shot. This is what GlowLust looks like just on my skin. It's really pretty. It's just not like the way I would typically reach for wearing it, but I don't dislike it. Okay, I lied a little bit. I'm liking it more and more. Actually, it's really pretty. I took a quick selfie, and yeah, skin just looks beautiful, so I'm not against this. Okay, so we are back to Defiance, which is the gold shade. This is the shade that I used first. And I don't want to judge it based on user error, so I want to give it one more shot using the skills that I picked up from the other shades. So I'm going to start one eye at a time instead of placing the cream shadow down on both, because it does dry down pretty quick. I'm just going to buff it in with a brush. This one is definitely the thickest, moussiest texture though. And this one's the patchiest and hardest to blend. Definitely hardest to work with. So we'll go back in with the topper shade using a clean finger. hope you guys found the try on, the daylight, and the wear tests all to be helpful. I wanted this to be the most comprehensive review because I knew that I wasn't gonna be able to be one of the first people to get this out. So if I can't be one of the first, I wanna try to do my best for you guys. And I wanna do the best as a Canadian. So let's talk about the products before we get into the more critical area of this review. Okay, so off the bat, the products come in beautiful packaging. It's beautiful. This, done very well. Packaging, 10 out of 10. The other thing I appreciated, as it drops to the ground, the other thing I appreciate about Sam's video is she talked about the packaging. So it's everything from this part being, this component being glass, this having a little tiny mirror, this having like the custom gold drip down the side, the fact that the pump, don't mind that it's messy, it means I actually used it, the fact that the pump is like almost like a slow release so you can get exactly how much you want. Like, it is clear that she put a lot of love and care into this. And that's why when I get to the second part of the video, I'm just gonna be confused. But sticking to the products. So first I wanted to talk about GlowLust. And I have to say, this product did not excite me, but I love it and it looks incredible on my skin. But this product didn't really excite me. And I will say, I was slow to the party when it came to Hollywood Flawless Filter, and I think it's very fair to compare these two products. I think they've got a lot in common. The biggest difference, in my opinion, is that this is a little thicker, and this has a doe foot applicator compared to the pump. So let's look at some swatches. So this is Hollywood Flawless Filter, so this is Auric. I'm just gonna put a little too much there. And then this is Lumi. Lumi's a little pinker, whereas Hollywood Flawless Filter Shade 1 and Morganite are both peachier. So Auric is the thickest of the three luminizer mixy type products. And I will say, once they're on my face, I can't really tell you a difference between Auric and Flawless Filter. What I will say is with Flawless Filter, I'm always kind of conflicted on the package. I mean, it looks gorgeous, but I always worry that it's like you're dapping this on your face, then you're putting it back in, like not the most hygienic, you know? So from a hygiene perspective, I definitely appreciate the pump. I appreciate the control pump. I think this product is really well thought out, gorgeous on the skin, gorgeous as a highlighter, gorgeous as a primer, gorgeous on its own, gorgeous mixed in with products. Like, it really looks beautiful. I've gotten a lot of compliments wearing this, mostly online because it's not like I'm seeing people, but I mean, I've been complimenting myself because I think it looks great. So this product, beautiful, incredible, love it. So this product is $45 US, which for us Canadians works out to $56.76. So just shy of $60. Whereas Flawless Filter is $53. With Flawless Filter, you're getting 1 ounce or 30 milliliters of product, whereas with GlowLust, you're getting 35 milliliters, which is 1.8 fluid ounces. What's interesting is when you look at these two bottles, you think this one's gonna have a lot more. So there is more product. I would say that given this has slightly more product, I mean, you know, we could get into the whole cost per ounce. This is like just shy of, you know, this is 57. This is 53. I mean, this one is like a slightly better value, I guess. But overall, I'm gonna say a comparable amount of product, comparable price point. Obviously for Canadians, and we're gonna get into this, this is a lot more accessible. Ordering off Charlotte Tilbury's website, shipping is free. Ordering off Sephora, if you buy this, shipping's gonna be free anyways, but if you spend too much money there, it's also free. So it's $8 US to ship this in the States. $15 US on your order, which works out to $19 in shipping. So, you know, are you buying one thing or are you buying a bunch? Like, I will say the shipping cost is one of the reasons I ordered several things to kind of make it worth it, to kind of spread that cost out. But if you're ordering just this with shipping, it's gonna cost you 75 Canadian dollars. So just something to think about. You're gonna have to work the shipping into your decision. Maybe you can split it with a friend. So now we're gonna get to the product that I was actually very excited for, and that is the Smoke Reflect. So let's talk about the swatches and their comparables. First up, we have Tom Ford Naked Bronze. And for all of these, we go shimmer, shimmer on top of cream, and then cream by itself. So Naked Bronze by Tom Ford is incredibly similar to Defiance from Samantha Rabidol. Now I will say Defiance and Temper, I slip up on them all the time, so I'm just trying to be 100% sure. I would say that Samantha Rabidol's version is a little bit more taupey, whereas this one is a little bit more bronzy, but very, very similar. We then head into Temper, which is that really pretty rose gold. Ego, which is the green pulling almost silver. And then up here, just for comparison, I put Marie Antoinette from Charlotte Tilbury, which is very similar to this shadow here in the golden Samantha Rabidol Defiance duo. And then up here I put one of my L'Oreal ones, just so you could sort of get a sense for the quality. There isn't really a color comparison. So across the board, these cream shadows are very nice. I will say that I really hesitated on purchasing Ego because I don't like silvers. I find a lot of silvers pull really blue on me, but in her video she said they didn't. And this one almost pulls, when she put the shimmer on top, kind of a goldy green. So Ego was surprisingly pretty. I expected that Defiance, which is the gold shade, would be my favorite. However, it wasn't. My favorite was Temper. I think Temper is so beautiful. It truly is the most perfect rose gold cream shadow, like cream shadow duo. Like I have a lot of rose gold cream shadows from Charlotte Tilbury, like a lot. And a lot of them pull way too warm on me and they almost make my eyes look puffy, so I don't wear them a lot. But this was just a really pretty sort of bronzy taupey rose. It was just very pretty. It looked natural but better. I love that one, and that one I think is a new favorite. Now in terms of the cream element of the cream shadows, I found that the Auric formula was not dissimilar to Tom Ford, but at the end of the day, the Auric formula was a really thick mousse, which is why I found the best way to apply it was to tap it on with your finger, one eye at a time, and blend it out with the brush. You can't put the shadow on both eyes and then try to blend it because it dries down pretty quick. Like you don't have a lot of time to work. In terms of the shimmers on top, I found them a little chunky. I liked the final look, but I didn't really love the shimmer. I think Urban Decay Space Cowboy is a lot nicer. I think there's other nicer powder like shimmer shadows out there. I like that they had, you know, effectively a translucent base. Like they really did brighten up the look, but they were just kind of chunky and not as finely milled as I would have liked, and quite honestly as I would have expected. So these retail for $39 US each, which is $49.19 Canadian as of the conversion I did on my phone on Google about 5 minutes ago. So basically $50. So yeah, I would expect the top shadow to be a little more finely milled. Now the Tom Ford one, again, it does have a mirror. I find their glitter is a bit more finely milled. Tom Ford, these shadows retail for 80 Canadian. But again, when you look at this as 50 bucks and then you add on $19 in shipping, like you're basically at the $80 point. And of course that shipping price, like, you know, you can work it down by buying more things or splitting with friends, but I just wanted to mention that from the Canadian perspective. So I think the Tom Ford one is nicer. I feel prettier in the Tom Ford one, at least if you're comparing straight up Naked Bronze to Defiance. Now Temper is honestly a cut above the rest, and I actually even think that shimmer shadow is nicer. Hear my cat at the door, that's where his litter box is. And Ego just really, it surprised me with how pretty and how wearable it was, given that that's not really a color story that I typically reach for. Overall, I think, again, these are really beautiful. My complaints with the shimmer on top, I'm not saying it's bad, I'm just saying that I just expect a little bit more at that price point. Okay, so I have hinted to this throughout the video, but I don't think we can talk about this launch without talking about the part that I really struggle with, and honestly, a lot of my friends, as we converse about this, struggle with it. So Samantha Rabidol is a Canadian beauty blogger, and she has complained in the past about duties, about shipping to Canada, about shipping prices, and we'll get into the business arguments after. I understand it, but you know, as a Canadian, like she's complained about these prices. She's complained about these experiences. And then she launches her brand that only ships out of the States and that is entirely priced in US dollars. And shipping for the US is $8 and shipping for Canadians is $15 US, which is $19. Like that's a lot of money. And when you consider it's in US dollars and the products are in US dollars, I kind of felt betrayed as a Canadian. And some of my friends actually didn't buy from her because it shipped in US dollars and they were really upset by that. And quite frankly, I can't blame them. Like it's just tough to accept when the owner of the brand is Canadian, you know? And I get it, people have made comparisons to Holo Taco. Look, I understand that she'd be shipping most of them to the States anyways. I just don't understand why she couldn't have had a Canadian shipping distributor for Canadian products just because she is a Canadian and she's complained about this before. I get that this is probably the most cost-effective way for her to do it, but it just really stings. And that's gonna bring me to my second part. So I ordered this on the 26th of January and my products arrived on Monday, February 15th. So that was also a pretty long wait, which again, if I'm paying $15 US for shipping, I'm expecting some urgency and some appreciation there. So I wasn't too happy about that, but it gets weirder and it gets worse. So I was convinced that we were gonna get duties because it said that duties, you know, weren't going to be covered by Auric on their website. And so I didn't pay duties. 3 of my blogger friends on Twitter didn't pay duties, but my poor friend Brianna got slapped with a $30 on delivery charge. And she's been told it wasn't duties, it was just additional taxes, but like, so she got slapped with an extra $30. And that's just inconsistent and weird. So you can't really even predict if you're going to get extra charges on these. So I don't like that either. My final complaint is that for somebody of Sam's size and somebody of Sam's audience and Sam's experience, I just don't understand why on Instagram it's Glow by Auric, on Twitter it's Auric Cosmetics. So when you click on Auric Cosmetics, the link in bio on Insta, it takes you to Magic Dusk. But if you Google Auric, one of the first things that comes up is Auric Beauty, which appears to be like an Indian beauty brand. It's just kind of weird and kind of sloppy, you know? I would have expected a bit more consistency there, and if you're not able to get the handle for your name on all the channels, then maybe you need to pick a new name. I don't know. I just thought that was kind of weird and I didn't like it. And so while the communications element of this launch was sloppy and just not as professional as I would expect at this price point and from someone like Sam, the logistics were actually fantastic. It was incredibly easy to order. There was no waiting room, no glitches. Like the ordering process was above and beyond from what I've seen from many influencer launches and even bigger brand launches. So I think there's a lot to unpack there. I think the biggest takeaway as a Canadian is just determining, one, are you willing to wait 3 weeks for a product? It's not like the worst shipping time ever, and it probably is impacted by COVID. But to me, it's really, are you willing to pay $19 in shipping? I think it becomes infinitely more worth it if you're able to split with friends. And for me, like, I really debated if I was going to get Ego or not, but then I was like, well, let's have the most comprehensive review I can. Let's get all of them, and I'm only paying the shipping once. I would have a tough time wanting to order from Auric again. I don't know, we'll see what other launches come out. I'm never say never, but that shipping experience and the inconsistency on the duties is something that really bothers me. So the products are beautiful. The launch logistically was fantastic, but the experience for Canadians I think was kind of insulting. And that's kind of where I'm at on this. And I don't mean to be unkind towards Sam or to attack her. Like, she has built such an incredible platform, such an incredible community, and she's made some truly beautiful products. But I don't think I would be doing my job as a part-time hobbyist influencer if I didn't share the frustrations and echo the frustrations of many of my friends who decided not to buy it because as Canadians we felt betrayed. So yeah. Lots of good, some critical feedback, I think is the way we want to look at that. But the products themselves are beautiful. They wear beautifully. Like, I love how I look. I just don't love how my bank account looks after ordering it. And I would just say that as a luxury cosmetic launch, I think when you're paying at that price point, like, you are expecting seamless end-to-end experience. My final comment that I will say is some people have come out and said that as a new brand, Sam shouldn't be charging that much. Like, who cares? You know what? She never said this was an affordable product. She said it was luxury. It's a luxury price point. It's average for, you know, for its comparables. It's, you know, kind of between Tom Ford and Charlotte Tilbury and a little less and a little more. It's fine. Like, the price is fine. It's the shipping that bothers me. So I think if you want to launch a new brand, it's a lot harder to say this product's $30 and then next month make it $50, right? Like, who cares? If she launched an expensive product, she's a known quantity in the beauty community. For that part, like, that's not fair criticism, in my opinion. Anyways, that is my thoughts, my wear test, swatches, try on, comparison. I hope you found this video helpful. I hope you found it honest. And I just hope you know that this is not about disrespecting Sam. I think that when anyone launches a brand, we need to be able to consider the quality of the brand, and we need to be able to think, does this product stand on its own merits outside of the influencer? I feel that way about Fenty, I feel that way about Rare Beauty, I feel that way about Auric. It doesn't matter how much you love the celebrity or the personality or the influencer behind the brand, it's, are the products actually good? And is the experience good? You know, like, is the experience of purchasing it and using it good? So that is my thoughts, the way I approach it. I'm sorry that this review wasn't 100% positive, but I think that as consumers, we need to know the shipping experience and the shipping cost. So thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you found this video helpful, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye. P.S. if you haven't already subscribed, we love talking about luxury makeup. I love Tom Ford. I love Charlotte Tilbury very much. Love Pat McGrath. Love Natasha Denona. I love luxury makeup brands. Love luxury makeup. I love pretty everyday wearable looks. So thank you again for watching. Please subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.